let's talk about comfy and stylish footwear. I'm a woman touching 70, and I guess you might be as well if you're watching this video. And if you are, you will probably have struggled to find the right sort of footwear that you think looks attractive but is also super comfortable. So I'm going to share with you my autumn-winter boot and shoe collection. And I hope some of these tips and tricks that I'm going to talk to you about will resonate with you and help you to make the right choices for your footwear. So let me tell you a little bit about my feet first, and I'm sure this will resonate with some of you. The first thing I knew about my feet was that I had narrow ankles. So I'm a size 4 UK, or at least I used to be, but more of that later, which is a size 37 European. And that's quite small. It's not super small, but it's fairly small. And I knew I had narrow ankles, so I always struggled to wear the sort of classic court shoe. I mean, not that I was wearing a court shoe when I was a kid, but as I grew older, loafers and court shoes were very difficult unless they had a strap to hold my foot in. Now, fast forward to sort of late 90s, early 2000s, where I decided to get fit, and I also decided to get a pair of trainers to fit me properly. So I went to the specialist trainer shop and they put me on a treadmill to see my stance and how I walk, and they said that I overpronated. So they suggested some trainers that would compensate for that and make me not pronate so much. I'd never heard of the expression pronate actually, but there you go. So then I started to wear trainers when I was walking for fitness or trying to run. It was more of an amble, to be honest. Then at least I knew I was wearing the right sort of trainers for my gait. So fast forward to 2018 and I started to get really bad foot pain. Now, it wasn't plantar fasciitis because it wasn't in the heel, it was actually on the top of my foot, and it was so painful. And I kept thinking, what on earth is it? So eventually I went to see a podiatrist and he diagnosed degenerative changes in my, and I'm going to look at my notes because this is a very long word, in my metatarsocuneiform joint, which was likely exacerbated by my hypermobile feet. Now, I knew I was hypermobile, but I didn't really know what that meant. All I'd been told once when it was diagnosed was when I had trigger thumb, but they didn't say there was anything I could do about it or anything that I shouldn't do. But he also told me something else very interesting, and that was that I had flat feet. So what he suggested was that I should wear orthotics. Now, I don't know why the word orthotics gave me the heebie-jeebies, but actually all it is, and those of you who are much more familiar with this will know, it's wearing these. Now, this was specially made for me by the podiatrist. Obviously, I've got 2 of these, but actually, let me let you into a little secret. This one was from Amazon and cost about 10 quid, and really there's not much difference. I think I just put in my size and there it was. So I actually have 2 pairs, and that's all I need really, one to wash and one to wear kind of thing. Anyway, it was a revelation because I suddenly realised that I could wear completely flat shoes without any pain. Guys, I'd never understand why I couldn't wear ballet flats, for example. I mean, not that I think they're all that attractive on my feet, to be honest, even though my feet are narrow. I just didn't find them comfortable at all, which I thought was weird because they had no heels. Why wasn't I comfortable in them? Well, now I know it's because I had flat feet, and I think having flat feet without a decent footbed makes flat shoes very uncomfortable. So we solved that problem, and I've never had that foot pain again. I've never had it since I've been wearing the orthotics. Now, the other problem that I found I had as I got older were corns. Oh my goodness me, they were absolute agony. But anyway, I had occasion again a couple of years ago to go to a podiatrist because of these corns that were really bugging me, and she actually said to me that one of them wasn't a corn, it was actually a bit of bone sticking out. Anyway, while I was in the surgery, she made me this amazing toe separator. Now, I know you can buy toe separators at the chemist, but honestly they're really quite uncomfortable. You've got to stick the plaster around your toe and you've got all this sort of guff. This was actually made to measure in the surgery while I was there. It was a bit like Play-Doh. She got this kind of like modelling clay or whatever it was, modelling stuff, and had taken an impression. I'm going and taking an impression, not of my mouth, but like at the dentist, she'd taken an impression of my toes and then made this for me while I was there. And honestly, it's so comfortable. When I'm wearing it, I don't even know I've got it in. So if you're struggling with corns, and maybe one of them, and maybe the issue isn't even a corn, it might just be a sticking out bone, it's really worth going along to the podiatrist and finding out whether you can get one of these, because it really helped me Now, the final thing to tell you before I show you my collection of boots and shoes is, of course, I've got a bunion. Of course I have, because I'm nearly 70. I'm bound to have a bunion. In fact, one of my close friends had to have her bunion removed. It was that bad, and it was so painful. Mine isn't painful, it's just a bit of sticky outy bone. Lovely. Which means I've actually had to go up a size for most of my shoes, because I've now got a wider top part of my foot. My ankle, of course, is still narrow, so that kind of makes buying boots and shoes even more difficult. Anyway, I've had to go to a size 5, which is a 38 European. But it's fine, it's absolutely fine, because I'm very careful about the boots and shoes that I buy. So let me show you the first category of boots and shoes that I think are ideal for this type of weather and for women touching 70. And of course, we're talking about boots. Now, you know I want to be comfortable and stylish. That is my motto. And I don't like to look too conventional. I do like a bit of edge to my look, as those of you who watch my channel will know. So I was after a pair of Chelsea boots. Now, part of the problem with Chelsea boots, and I used to have a pair of Clark's kind of like tan coloured boots, but they got really grubby. And I found that I was tripping over them quite a lot as well. While I was tripping over the pavement, I kept having to kind of look down, which I do anyway, to be honest. And I just didn't feel that confident in them anymore. So I got rid of them, but I did want another pair, and also I wanted a black pair. So I won't go into too much detail about how I found them, because I've talked about that in my faves video, which I've just done for November. So I'll link that down below if you want to watch that. But I did eventually find these boots by Clark's. These are quite similar to the ones that I had before, but not completely, because they've got a thicker sole and it's a nice rubber sole. They've got rubber, it's kind of like a mini platform around here as well. It's a lovely soft suede, but it's kind of slightly distressed. I think it's actually nubuck. And then they've got the sort of classic Chelsea loop at the back here. Now, what I really liked about these is, apart from the fact that I think they look great, is that they're very comfortable at the front here. And that's really important, because I want comfort and I want them to be soft. So some of the leather versions of these weren't comfortable on me at all. And actually, I'm not really a leather fan. I think leather looks beautiful, but it's not really for me. It's too harsh. I like soft fabrics on my feet, soft materials. But the other thing I really like about a boot, of course, is it gives me a really good ankle support. So these are a size 5 or a 38, so they are a little bit roomy, but I can wear a nice thick sock inside them for the winter, which of course is always very good. And of course I can wear them on slippery ground, because they look a bit like tyre tread, don't they, these soles? But they really are very comfortable and easy to wear, and I think they look really good with jeans, with wider leg trousers. They were a little bit too grungy for my skirt, so too grungy for my skirt. I think with lots of different types of trousers, they look really great. And my other favourite boots, which I do wear a lot, especially when I'm going out, I might wear them to the office, but particularly if I'm going out in the evening, and it's my Vivaia boots. I mean, look how stylish they are. Aren't they just the business? I love them. So these are similar, I suppose, to a Chelsea boot, except they've got a bigger heel. They've got the loop, but they're that sort of sock boot. So they're a material, again, very soft material, which I love. They are more slim fitting here, but they do give. So although my bunion would sit here, they're not pinching me at all, because there's this soft, because of the soft giving fabric, but they still support me around the ankle, which is really important. And because the heel is block, it gives me more stability. It's not a thin pointy heel, it's a nice block heel, nice and firm and easy to walk on. And I have walked quite a lot in these, and I can really vouch for the fact that they're incredibly comfortable. Now, those of you who've watched my channel before, and particularly the wedding videos, which you're probably sick to death of now, these boots I bought to wear, potentially wear anyway, with my wedding guest dress. Now, these are higher than the Vivaia, but they're still a block heel. They're slightly platformed again, so I think that's something to consider when you are looking for a boot, is has it got a platform? Because there's more stability, I find, with a platform and a block heel, which of course is really important to us. So let's recap. Look for a boot that's comfortable with forgiving, softer material like nubuck or suede. Look for a platform sole and a block heel, and make sure that your ankles are well supported. Oh, and I must just show you another pair of boots that I've been trying to sell on Vinted because I'm not sure I want to keep them. But do you know what? I might. And it's these leopard print boots. I mean, look at them. They are absolutely beautiful, but I just don't know whether I feel right wearing leopard print anymore. I used to wear it a lot, but in the last year or so, I've suddenly gone, am I too old? And I mean, I know I'm not too old to wear whatever I like. I can wear whatever I like, but when I put it on, I feel old. Now, I know that's completely ridiculous because why shouldn't I wear leopard print? But I don't know. I haven't sold them yet, but I'm kind of keeping them close just in case they don't sell. And I may try and style them with something at some point, I don't know. Now let's talk about the next category of shoes, which I think are really great for women touching 70, and that's trainers. Now I know you're going to say, look Des, we've all got trainers, of course we wear trainers, but I think trainers are having a bit of a moment. Now I used to only wear trainers when I was going for a fast walk to try and do some exercise or going on a long walk in the country. But recently I've started to think about wearing them more with my normal clothes rather than my sort of walking gear. So let me show you the trainers I've got. Now these are my walking trainers, but I have cleaned them recently because I thought I might try wearing them with my regular clothes. And when I say regular clothes, I mean clothes like tailored trousers, for example. I haven't quite worked out how to style these with tailored trousers, but I do really like them. Now, what I really love about them, and I think something for you to consider if you haven't already, is having a high top type trainer like these, which means that you get that really great ankle support, which for me is so important. Now, sometimes I wear my orthotics with these, sometimes I don't. I don't always need them because they have got a really good footbed, but I think they're really comfy, and I am going to try styling them with some tailored trousers. Of course, you can wear them with anything, but if you're wanting to look stylish, I'll have to work out, I'll have to look on Pinterest actually and see how to style these with some tailored trousers if I can. Now I have styled these with my tailored trousers and I'm okay with them. I'm just not sure. I think they may be a bit dark. I think they might just get lost with black trousers. But I have been trying to find a pair of trainers that are not too narrow and that would look really good with tailored trousers. I haven't actually been able to find a pair. I'll pop up a picture of ones that I did order recently from Adidas, but when I tried them on, they just looked a bit too narrow. In fact, they reminded me a little bit of ballet flats, only not quite that narrow. But I'm just going to tell you about a pair. Now, these I would not wear in the winter, but I absolutely love them in the spring, summer. They're from a brand called Penelope Chilvers, who make fantastic riding boots. And I really love these. I got them in a sale a few years ago, and they do look really nice in the spring, summer. You can wear them with jeans, but I think if you want to look stylish, they look particularly good with tailored trousers. But I just wanted to show you as an example of the type of trainer that I do think can look really stylish with your regular outfits rather than just a pair of jeans. And then I've also got these trainers from Dune, which I bought a couple of years ago. Dune is one of my favourite brands actually. I really recommend looking at them if you're looking for a pair of stylish shoes or boots. These are really comfortable, and again, they've got that soft fabric, and I love the fact that they don't actually have laces because I can just slip into them, sort of. And they've got the little loop at the back as well. So you can see there's a bit of a pattern going on here, isn't there? Comfy or comfortable. I wonder how many times I've used that word in this video. Now, we are, as I say, talking about autumn winter footwear, but I just wanted to mention these rather gorgeous sandals, which I bought on Vinted for the princely sum of £12. Yes, £12, look at them. Now, I'm probably going to wear these to the wedding that I keep harping on about. And you can see why, I'm sure, because they've got the good old block heel. They've also got the strap. Now, this is really important because I couldn't wear this heel if I didn't have something holding in my ankles, protecting my ankles, and this strap does it. And they're also platform. And actually, there's something else I wanted to mention. So it's winter, and of course I'm going to be wearing tights. I'm not going to be going bare-legged, I can tell you that. But actually, black tights with these shoes looked rather good when I tried them on the other day. And in fact, on Facebook, in one of the groups I'm in, I can't remember which one it is now, there was a debate going on about whether it was okay to wear tights with sandals. And I think it is, because obviously it's the winter. I don't want to go bare-legged. I'm going to be freezing. And also the wedding is up north in Derbyshire, so it's hardly going to be balmy, is it? So there you go. Top tip for winter sandal wearing, you can wear tights. And one other tip I would mention is avoid kitten heels. I know kitten heels are back in fashion. I did them 10, 15 years ago and I'm never going back there again. I think they're much too unsteady for us women touching 70. I think if you're younger, you can get away with it. But if you're older, I would probably avoid kitten heels. So there you have it. Those are my tips and tricks for winter footwear to look stylish and comfortable. So let me know in the comments, do you agree with me? What are the types of footwear that you like to wear in the winter, particularly? I haven't talked about Mary Janes, by the way, because I don't feel that Mary Janes are quite right for winter footwear, but I have talked about them in my previous footwear video, which I'll link down below for you if you want to watch that. But do let me know what you think and what type of boots and shoes do you wear in the winter, and trainers. And if you've enjoyed this video, I'd be so grateful if you'd give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that YouTube lets you know each time I upload a video. Oh, and if you want to know more about what I love, I have a monthly newsletter which you can sign up for in the description box below. And in that I don't just talk about beauty, fashion and lifestyle, but I also talk about music, books, podcasts, theatre, film and other bits and bobs that make us happy. And if you've got time to watch another couple of vids of mine, I'm going to pop a couple up here, which I hope you will enjoy. And thank you so much for watching. It means the absolute world to me. It really does. And I hope you're all doing really well. And I look forward to seeing you on my next video. Bye.